Hi, everyone. My name is Carissa, and I am here for Mood Adventures. And today we're just doing a class on intentional living. So every Thursday, we'll be here 12 to 12:45 Mountain Standard Time. And it's just a time and an opportunity for us to get together and live intentionally. And so the question might be, what does living intentionally mean? And I think that there's so many definitions and it means so much to so many different people. But for me, intentional living is living on purpose. It's living consciously. It's living in a way that you are free to make decisions and choices, not based off of past programming and past trauma and upbringings, but that we're here today free from all of that to be able to act freely and make choices. And it's not to say that, we're all free of all of that stuff right now or ever in our lifetime, but it's a chunk of time that we can come together to really think about who we are, who we want to become, and how we move with the season specifically. So one thing that's really, really big to Root Adventures is living with the season. We have great nature. Great nature is showing us so many things about how to match, mirror, and live our inner nature with it. So if you've been following us on the Mundanely Magical Mondays that we just started, we're in week 2 now. We're looking at this theme of becoming. We're kind of in this shoulder season between winter and spring. We're definitely very much still in winter. As I look out my window, it's like kind of snowy. But there's that kind of exciting feeling of spring coming. March is around the corner, right? Spring, I think officially first day is March 21st, 22nd, something like that. Spring is around the corner. And this is the time where we tend to get antsy, where we tend to really want spring to come and be done with wintering. But if you're following our Mundanely Magical Mondays, one thing that we're encouraging everyone to do is to still be in winter, is to not rush and jump ahead to spring, right? And we offered 3 practices. And so actually we're going to kind of follow those practices in class today. We're going to do a little bit of contemplation, a little bit of meditation, a little bit of movement, and a little bit of doing nothing as we intentionally live together for these next 30 minutes or so. So our very first practice is just simply looking out the window. If you have a window, that you just look at it and notice what nature is doing. Notice the color of the sky. If there are trees, notice if there are any remaining leaves. Notice any precipitation or lack thereof. Notice any shadows or patterns. If there's any wind or wildlife, birds. Maybe even you're looking at a window on a busy street and you see people passing by and cars. Be beginning to notice how simply just receiving nature begins to settle the nervous system. As we move from the doing phase that we're always in life to just simply the being phase. And then go ahead and find a nice, tall, comfortable seat. This practice requires nothing, no props, nothing. I have a blanket that I'm sitting on. If you have the yoga mat, blanket blocks, all of that are great. But my intention is for this practice to be able to be done anywhere and really anything that you're wearing with props or without props. So find a tall, comfortable seat, wherever that is for you. It could be in a chair, it could be sitting on the floor, and just close down your eyes. Begin to connect in with the sound of your breath. So take a deep breath in through your nose. Part your lips and blow the air out. 2 more. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Last one, breath in. And breath out. Feel the lips and continue to take nice long deep breaths in and out of the nose. If you're familiar with the yogic breathing, ujjayi or oceanic breath, you can invite that into the space by breathing into the back of the throat. It's like contracting the whisper muscles at the back of the throat just slightly and breathing in through the back of the throat and out. So you make that nice audible oceanic quality with your breath. If it's something that's new to you, you can give it a try. It's definitely not something that is necessary for practice. Just simply being aware of the breath as it moves in and out, as it sounds, as it feels in your body is more than enough. And if you're sitting here breathing and you're like, well, Carissa, my mind is running everywhere. I can't get it to stop. Can you let that be okay for now? That's what our mind is designed to do. It's designed to alert us to everything in nature. It's like that sign that's like alert changing conditions. Right? That's kind of what the brain is doing. The mind is doing, is alerting us to changing conditions at every moment. So can you simply just allow it, forgive it, let it be, and just continue to focus on the breath. And as we move through class, perhaps the mind settles a bit more and focuses a bit more. And slowly open your eyes and take your hands forward and cup your knees. Again, whether you're sitting on a chair or sitting cross-legged, it doesn't matter, but coming forward and making a good ball and mitt fit. So the palm of your hand fits right into the knees. We have all these really incredible divine fits in our bodies, and this is one of them. It's like great nature is made to fit itself, and we are absolutely part of that. So reach forward, grab for the knees, and then as you reach forward, stick your butt back and stick your chest out. Nice, big, tall, proud seat. Good. And then exhale as you start to tuck your tailbone around your spine and sit far back. Pull up on your knees and let your head come all the way down. Inhale as you come forward, throw the knees forward into the hands. So we're just moving to some seated cat-cows. And then exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin to your chest and let it all go back. Inhale as you come forward and exhale as you go back. And then start to move through this, start to find a rhythm, start to find a pace that works for you. This class is all about intentional living, which means that you're doing this at the pace that works for you. You're being mindful of your inhales and your exhales. And you're not forcing yourself to do anything that you don't want to do or in a pace that doesn't feel right for you. Just moving in, out, in, out. If you want to, you can start to speed it up. When you speed it up, you create a little bit of heat in the body. If you decide to do that, you'll seal the lips and just breathe in and out of the nose, sharp breaths. This is called the streak of breathing. In, out, in, out. Yeah. And if you decide to speed it up, then you know that you're going to heat it up. It's like you have a fire, it's like you lighting a fire underneath your butt. And then the fire begins to rise. It begins to create heat and steam and move through the rest of your body. And this is literally how we come into a state of alchemy, how we practice alchemy, how we shift the energy, the literal chemistry in our body from that of stagnation to that of change, beingness, becomingness, right? This month is all about becoming. Good. Last 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Inhale, find the very center and let your breath release. Good. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold at the top. Take 3 sips of air in through your mouth. Hold full. Big exhale. And release. Let your arms relax down. Release the grip of the knees and feel everything just slightly soften in your body. As everything slightly softens, let's go into some neck rolls. So tuck your chin to your chest, right ear, right shoulder. Take it all the way back. Left ear, left shoulder, chin to chest. Do that 2 more times in that direction and then 3 in the other. So 3 total in each direction. Go slower than you want to, slower than you think you need to. Again, there's that antsy feeling of always like getting to the next thing, But the only way that we can fully get to the next thing is if we're fully present to the thing that we're in. And I find that the slower you go, the more you can really relish and enjoy this movement. And this, my friends, is how we begin to free ourselves from habituated patterning, from the habits, the things that we're always used to doing, the ways that we're always used to responding, the ways that we're always used to behaving. We do something a little bit different. We find something new. We go slower and we find something different in our bodies. Good. And then once you've done 3 in each direction, and take your time, there's no rush, come back up to sitting in neutral. Okay, wonderful. So since we are in winter time, we're going to just do a little bit of lymph flushing. This is something that I do at the beginning of every single day. Super great if you're feeling lethargic, stagnant, if you're feeling sick, if you are a pregnant mama and have mastitis, which is something, I have a 3-month-old. So this is how I kind of keep everything moving in my body and keep myself free from being sick. So it's called the Big Six. It's kind of a big traditional lymph drainage. Like I said, super great to do in the winter time. So you're just going to take your hand and find kind of this little boat of your collarbone and just start rubbing. And it doesn't matter which one you do first. Rub, rub, rub. Good. And then tap, 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 tap. And then massage. That's kind of the order of things is rub, tap, and massage. Okay. And then switch to the other side. So rub, rub, rub. Tap, tap, tap. Massage. And it is done in this specific order in terms of which 6 locations we're going to, but it doesn't really matter the length of time that you do it for or which side you start on. And then take 2 fingers, rub behind your ears. So getting all the lymph nodes behind your ears, kind of down behind your ears, down to your throat. Good. And then tap, tap, tap. And then massage. And you can kind of also notice which parts feel or which points feel the most tender. So sometimes it's like, oh, my collarbones feel tender. Oh, my ears feel tender. Okay, then we're going to get underneath the armpit. So take one hand, doesn't matter which armpit you start. Get into the armpit and all the way actually in front of the pec and kind of behind. So get the whole area, not just the armpit, the whole area. Good, and then tap, tap, tap. This one is always a sore point for me. It's something to do with my extensive breastfeeding. Okay, and then massage, massage, massage. And you might start to feel as you do this, your body gets really hot. Like I can kind of feel like a pulsing behind my ears. So to the other side, and kind of everything getting hot. And that's fantastic. That just means that your body is activating, your lymph system is activating, tap, 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 and it's flushing. Like I said, if you, this is really great to prevent sickness. You can do this once a day, twice a day. If you're starting to feel sick, like you get that very like beginning inklings of feeling sick, this is a really great one to do again, twice a day. Good, wonderful. The next point is right where the ribs play on your stomach. So rub, 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 rub. Kind of up nice and high, just underneath your chest. Good, tap, 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 tap. Good, and massage. Ooh. Okay, and then to the groins, major lymph nodes in the groins. So just come on out, give them a nice massage. Good, tap, tap, tap. And circle. Okay, and then last point is behind the knees. So give them a nice rub, 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 rub. Good. Tap, tap, tap. And massage. Okay, then from here, I just like to get everything moving in the system. So take your hands, start above the knee. The knee is like a bottleneck here. So start above the knee and just flush towards the groin. So now that we've opened up kind of all the major lymph ports or stations, it's like we're flushing all of the toxins into those so the lymph system can take it out. Good, and then go down to the toes and all the way up, all the way up. All the way up. Good. Pause at the back of the knee. And I also like to just massage the front of the knee, warming up the synovial fluid, making sure all the joints stay nice and healthy. Good. And then let's do the other side. So again, this is kind of my like morning routine. I like to wake up and do the big 6 flush and then this kind of nice flushing here. Good. And then down from the toes all the way up. All the way up. Good. Hang out behind the knee for a moment. Really, really light touch. And then massage the knee. Okay, and then let's go to the arms. So again, above the elbow, and just kind of move the fluid above the elbow. And then down to the whole arm, moving it up to the port, the lymph node that lives in the armpit, and then also the collarbone. Good, and then do the other side. Okay, and then take your hands and just tap back here where your kidneys live. Tap, 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 tap. Ah. Okay, and then wonderful. So let's find just a forward fold. So bend your knees, come to standing on your feet. And then measure 2/5 in between your feet or go wider. So 2/5 is at least hip width distance. Oftentimes I like to go a little bit wider though, so that there's more space to be able to fold. Now you want to keep your knees bent here and your ribs attached to your thighs so that you ensure that your kidneys are nice and healthy. So if you straighten your legs, your pelvis locks out and then your spine rounds and you squish your kidneys, which you don't want to do. So bend the knees. Yeah, so nice. Bend the knees. Lift your butt and then drop your head all the way down. Release all the tension. There you go. Good. From here, you can either leave your hands resting on the floor or you can grab for opposite elbows and kind of use your arms as a weight to pull the upper half of your body down towards the floor. And this is such a juicy and nice release for your kidneys, right? As we move through these practices, it's less about like, you know, like stretching, strengthening, all of that is awesome, wonderful benefits, but it's more about our internal system, right? Our endocrine system, our organs, our glands, all of that. We want them to be nice and healthy and happy. And kidneys are associated with winter time. So we do want to do a lot of stuff to flush the kidneys during the winter. Good. Then drop your hands down to the ground. We're going to do some really nice slow roll-ups. So on the inhale, bend your knees, throw them forward, round your spine, begin to roll up, but pause on the exhale. Go nowhere on the exhale. And then continue rolling up on the inhale. And pause on the exhale. And it should take you like 4 or 5 breaths to come all the way to standing. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, pause. Leave your arms dangling nice and heavy. And your head will be the last thing to come up. Good. And then now, once you're up, let's go back down. So this time on the exhale, we're gonna roll, and we'll pause on the inhale. So leave your arms dangling down nice and heavy. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, begin to roll down. Tuck your chin to your chest, bend your knees, throw them forward, round your spine. Inhale, pause. And exhale, keep rolling. Again, take 4 or 5 breaths to get down to the floor. And once you're all the way down, just let your fingertips drape down to the floor. Come back into your fold, bend your knees, ribs to thighs, drop your head down. Grab for opposite elbows. So whichever way you grabbed for elbows last time, do the opposite way. It'll feel like a bit strange, a bit weird. Find that divine fit, make a good ball in the fit of the pointy part of your elbow, fitting directly into the palm of your hand. Yawn your knees open, and the more your butt goes up, the more your head goes down, the more your kidneys flush. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more breath in. And exhale, plant your hands. Just gonna create a tiny bit of heat in the body. Step your feet back into a plank. You can either do a plank or a plank from your knees. Either one, doesn't matter. This is like the most active thing that we're gonna do in class. And again, it's just to create a little bit of heat in the body. So there's a little bit of ignition, a little bit of fire. Make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders. Press the ground away. Spike your heels up nice and high. That might take you slightly forward, and look out and look forward in front of you. Promise there's nothing interesting happening down at the floor. Look out toward your future, towards your potential. Woo, feel a little bit of shake, maybe begin to build. 3, 2, deep breath in. And 1, exhale, release. Take your knees wide, touch your big toes together for a child's pose, and walk your fingertips way out in front of you. Make this an active child's pose. So stay up on your fingertips, lift your elbows and your armpits off the ground, and melt your forehead down. From here, walk your fingertips over to the right, anchor your left butt back. So the more you anchor your left butt back, and the more you reach out on the diagonal towards the right corner of your room or your mat or wherever you are, the more of stretch you're going to get down right where the hips are in the low back. And again, just stretching out those kidneys, finding space for the kidneys. And then inhale, come back to center and take it over to the left. And as you reach out diagonally to the left, anchor your right hip back. Get a nice stretch there right in the right kidney. Good. And then inhale, come back to center. And you start to walk yourself back up. Okay. So once again, find a seat. We'll do a little bit of breath work here, and then a little bit of contemplation and meditation. So once again, finding a nice, tall, comfortable seat, you're going to tee out your arms, and then you're going to bend your elbows, put 4 fingers in front and your thumb on back. Keep your elbows up nice and high. Inhale as you twist left, exhale as you twist right. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And again, your breath is short and sharp inhales out of the nose, a streak of breathing. So now we're hitting the liver. We've done a lot flushing the kidneys. So now we're working our way up on the liver, which lives on the right side, right underneath your ribs, twisting it out, flushing it out. Our liver carries a lot of our toxins, and in terms of emotions, it carries a lot of our hot emotions like anger and resentment and rage and things like that. So you want to twist it out, cool it down. Good. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release. Keep your arms up though. Release the twist. Good. And then take your arms out into a nice V. I know shoulders might be heating up. That's great. We're going to heat up the joint space to begin to be able to flush it. Interlace your hands and drop your head right back into your hands. Again, another magical divine fit. Your hands, your head fits right into the palm of your interlaced hands. And then we're going to inhale, open the arms, and then exhale, close the arms. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Inhale, open, exhale, close. It's kind of like those medieval fan fires or fire fans. In the days of the fire, they have those kind of accordion things, and they're fanning the fire. And this is quite literally what we're doing. We're fanning the fire of our imagination, of our intuition, right? We're looking out, looking forward to the future, to the potential. That's where our gaze is, right? Where the wall meets the ceiling, not at the floor, but up and out. And then once we have that vision up and out, again, we use the fan to fire, to fuel. And that's kind of what this process of becoming is, right? We take time to rest, to go deep, to go inward, to root down. That's what the trees are doing. They're rooting down, but they're rooting down only so that they can go up and out once again. So when spring comes, they have the root system to be able to support branches and leaves and flowers and fruit and nuts and all kinds of wonderful things. Good. Last 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. I know. Keep your arms up overhead. Woo! Take your arms onto a nice V. Make cups out of your hands and spin so that your pinky fingers are up and your thumb side is down. So you make 2 cups out of your hands. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Hook your thumbs up overhead. Take an inhale. Hold all the way to the top. 3 sips of air in through your mouth. Hold. Exhale, pop like a cork. Bring the arms all the way down. Good. Ooh, and rest your hands on your lap. Palms face down for some grounding. And just observe. Observe what the arms are doing. See if you can feel all of that pulsive sensation, that pulse of aliveness. Moving through our breath and through joint space and getting the lymph to flush and heating and firing things up. Everything is alive in the system rather than stagnant. And can you connect with that sense of aliveness? And from this sense of aliveness, this maybe like tingling you feel in your arms or pulsating or warmth caused by circulation, it leads us to our second practice from last week, which is asking yourself the question, what is stirring within you? Allowing yourself to daydream. Perhaps it's cold and you're wanting a beach vacation. Perhaps you're desiring to travel with us on one of our trips. Perhaps you're desiring just a really good warm meal, time with friends or family, or time by yourself. Maybe there's some grand plan, business that you're launching or plans that you're making for the future. What's stirring within you? For a moment, just let yourself daydream. And I encourage you to daydream in a 5 sense reality. So really looking around at the vivid colors of your daydream, and the sounds, smells, feelings. Who are you with? What are you wearing? Get as detailed as possible to ignite that same fuel and fire in the brain, in the mind. And can you let yourself daydream without getting caught in the question of like, well, now what am I going to do? What am I going to do about it? How am I going to make it happen? See what happens if you remove that sense of urgency and just allow yourself to swim in your own imagination. And then allow that to dissipate. And for the next couple minutes, we're going to do our final practice, which is the do nothing practice. So if there's any fidgets that you want to take, any adjustments to your body, we're just going to sit completely still, not forcing our minds to think about or not think about anything. And just simply do nothing. Relish in the state of it still being winter. And take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And slowly begin to open your eyes. Welcome back to the space. So again, our three practices from last week were to observe nature, to ask yourself what's stirring within you, and allow yourself to daydream without doing. And then finally, to sit and do nothing. So we did each of those practices really simple, really accessible. This week, we have a tiny little practice for you, which is just kind of a 3-minute recorded meditation. So, and if you guys are interested in finding those emails, you can find them in our blog, or if you're not subscribed to our newsletter, you can go to rootadventures.com and put your information in there. some of the exciting trips that we have coming up. We just launched Peru, Patagonia, and Cuba. Definitely check out those itineraries. Cuba, I'm going to talk about for just a moment here because I'm super, super excited about that one. It's this incredible, incredible trip to Cuba. We're calling it a colorful life. You get to participate with the locals in all kinds of things, dancing, dancing lessons, cooking lessons, local music, local restaurants, games in the park with them, classic car tours. So it's just going to be a really, really special, vibrant, incredible experience. You can find that and all of our trips on rootedventures.com. Thanks for spending this time with me, and hopefully we'll see you next Thursday.